is up, everybody? Oh, it's a little bit nippy out here right now, man. It's like 60 something, but it's not a bad day. We got the sun shining, man. We living in Oklahoma. We're in storm season right now. We're in tornado season. Lots of rain, ton of rain. So it's actually refreshing for once, seeing the streets dry. I'm going over to Best Buy right now. If you guys watch my Twitch, you already know. If you don't watch my Twitch, I just upgraded my GPU, my graphics card, and my PC to a RTX 3070. Bro, I literally had a fucking GTX 1650, and I was streaming off of it too. It was pretty rough, not gonna lie, pretty rough. It got the job done. You know, I'm not gonna hate on it. There's people that'll hate on that thing, but bro, for such a tiny little doink of a graphics card, that thing fucking, it took a lot, dude. I threw a lot at that thing. I was not easy on it. With that being said, my CPU is a AMD Ryzen 5 2600 6-core, and it's actually performing a lot better than I thought it would with the 3070. Regardless, there is a little bit of bottlenecking, and on some games it's noticeable. Most games it's not noticeable because most games are pretty GPU heavy. What the fuck is that noise? Holy shit. The GoPro is gonna make that not look so significant, but that fucking plane is low, dude. I could read the tire size on the fucking landing gear right now. I don't remember what I was saying. Anyway, my CPU bottlenecks, it's noticeable, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. I'm not out after one of the major like i9s or Ryzen 9s or anything like that, just because right now, I don't know, I don't feel like the price is worth it. They're incredible CPUs, but like 750, 800 bucks. Yeah, I want the Ryzen 7 5800X. I think it's an 8-core, because they're about 350 bucks. But anyway, after I leave Best Buy, after I go take a look at what they've got on the shelf, we're gonna head over to the stunt lot area, kind of the wheelie spot and everything, and I'm gonna do a walk around on the old hog here. Do a walk around for you guys, because I got a lot of questions on this thing, man. And here lately, I feel like I've been getting a lot more questions on Instagram and stuff, like DMs, people asking me certain questions about certain parts and stuff like that. So if you're not a fucking nerd, you don't care about this Best Buy venture for a better CPU, then feel free to skip forward. I ain't gonna hate on it. Skip forward to the bike part, the bike walk around part. Oh, also, I saw somewhere, I don't know when it's gonna go through, or if it goes through. I think it already passed, but we gotta wait for it to go into effect. But lane splitting for Oklahoma apparently is about to become a legal thing. So those of you that live here, you know, look that up. Obviously, don't take my word for it. What I've heard and what I've seen, apparently they passed the bill where technically it's supposed to be lane filtering and standstill traffic is going to be legal in Oklahoma. So I don't think it's like, you know, there's obviously some gray areas and some technicalities, but pretty much like this, like I would legally be able to just cut up to get to the light, you know, so I don't get rear-ended and killed by somebody texting on their phone. Because if I get to the front, when the light turns green, I'll be gone before all the other cars anyway. I'm not in their way. But also, if I get to the front, I have way less likely chance of being rear-ended by a distracted driver. My Oklahoma people, start looking at that. Start looking at when that is and stuff. I can't remember what I was talking about. That's the theme to this video today, I guess, is just gonna forget what the hell I'm even talking about, and then we're just gonna move on to another conversation. I guess I could park here. I hate parking in normal parking spots like tucked behind the car, because I feel like somebody's just gonna fucking run my bike over. Hopefully not. Oh well. Guess it'll make for good content though, right? Alright. I may have to come back because they had it. They had a Ryzen 7 5800X, 350 bucks, which is what I was seeing it for. Like where I was looking at it was like one of those, it was one of those websites you can't buy it from, but like they have all the links to the places you can buy it from and all the prices like where you can compare. But I don't have a backpack with me, which I really didn't think about. I was all excited because I was like, fuck yeah, they have it. And then it kind of clicked. I was like, I mean, it's a little CPU, it's just in a box, but like, dude, if that thing falls off the bike or gets damaged in any sort of way, like, that's gonna be big sad. So I'll probably come back in the car later, maybe tomorrow or something, and scoop that thing up. Ooh. There we go. Jeez, man, that shit spun. I don't know if you could hear it, but it goes and then hooked up. And when it hooked up, it was all crooked. Jeez, man. One of the new Corvettes, dude. I really like these things. These C8s. When I first heard about them, I didn't know how I felt about them. I wasn't too excited about them making like old classic car or rear engine car. But man, I'm not gonna lie to you. For what these things are, they're fucking sick, man. Last job I had before I quit and started this venture was I was working at a detail shop, and I was a manager there for a little bit. And we had a few of these come through there, brand new, because it was for a dealership. It wasn't like a detail shop, like customer-wise. It was like doing dealer cars. Had a Chevy, a Dodge, and a Honda dealership. So pretty much Chevy, Dodge, and Chevy, Mopar, and Honda. I've pretty much been in and out all their new shit. Run through them, drive them. Man, I'm 6'2". And I've been in other Corvettes too, older Corvettes, newer Corvettes, and some of them are just cramped, man. For 6'2", you can't really fit in those things comfortably. You can fit in them just enough to drive them. But these things, I don't know how they did it with the engine being in the rear, because it looks like you have way less space in the front. But dude, it was comfortable. It's hard getting in and out being 6'2" because it's so low, but once you're in it, like, you're comfortably snug. Damn, dude, we got so much rain it flooded that parking lot, and those birds are taking a bath in the parking spot right now. That's funny. We are wobbly. We're very wobbly today, man. Why are we so wobbly today? I don't even know if this lot's gonna be open because it's Monday. Let's try a knee knocker. I feel like I've been neglecting the knee knockers, man. Yeah, we have. We've really been neglecting these things. Trying to hook that foot and get the hand off the bar. It's kind of sketchy doing it out here by myself though, because it's something new to me. It's never a good idea. Yeah, I'm not I'm not without somebody out here with me. I don't know, call me a bitch, but this is my 2006 Harley Davidson Dyna Lowrider. First couple things about the bike, just because I know some people have questions about it. Being an 06, 1-inch axles front and rear. It is a 6-speed transmission. It is an 88, and it is fuel injected. Biggest question I get is about this seat. This is a Saddleman seat, but it is Rob One Wheel Revolution. That's what that is right there, 1WR. Rob Carpenter is a well-known Harley stunt rider, and he, along with Saddleman, built this seat together, this tank seat, which bolts through, you know where the bolt goes through the bottom tank mount? bolt goes through that with a bracket, so this actually is not attached to the seat. This seat just has a cutout to allow this to be bolted to the frame, essentially. So this thing's solid. But Rob built this. The question I get about it all the time is, where can you get it? And sadly, you can't. If I remember correctly, I believe you can buy this seat, just this solo seat, but only for Sportsters. You can't get them for Dynas, and they're not going to have this cutout right here. It's just going to be a complete seat. Other than that, you can't get them for Dynas, and you can't buy them with the tank seat attached. I got this seat because Rob built this for his Dyna. He sold his Dyna. I messaged him and asked him the same thing people ask me, hey, where can I get one of those seats? And he informed me that the guy that bought his Dyna was actually wanting to go back to just a regular Saddleman step-up seat. I contacted that guy and made him an offer, and he sold it to me. So this is Rob's actual seat that he made with Saddleman, which sadly means that it can't be bought. Which I guess brings me to, what the hell is that pink stuff on your tank? What is that? You can see I cut my dash on a Dyna. This typically would come all the way down to the end of the tank, just like a nice bevel. It looked good, but it was in the way here. This is just some HT Moto. It's the same shit as like surfboard material, the grip that you see on surfboards. Same as that. You can order it on Amazon. Get it anywhere really. Just type in surfboard material or HT Moto. It'll pull up. It's cheap. You can buy it in big old rolls. I put it on the back here to kind of help prevent messing up the tank, but you can see my foot has chewed through it anyway, and I'm down to the paint, so it's just a gripper. This up here was just, I don't know, it's for style things, and so, I don't know, in case I like smash my face into the bars, even though Pro Taper makes a bar pad, I didn't like the way it looked, so ignore that. This is actual gripper though. This is for gripper. This is for putting my ass right here, using this as a back, and doing tank tricks, which yes, I have done that. I've gotten a few comments, people like, when are you gonna use the tank seat? I have. The reason you don't see it a whole lot is because as soon as I started getting used to the handbrake, I started trying them, and then I lost my handbrake, so I couldn't try them anymore. And I literally just now got my handbrake all put back together, so those should be coming soon. I gotta get redialed on that handbrake again. Speaking of handbrake, we'll start at the top. My lever is literally it's a sport bike front brake lever and master, just flipped upside down. You can see it's flipped upside down. I got this from Indy's bike, I believe. His F4i. He had a Stunt F4i, but he wasn't using the handbrake, so I stole it from him. Thanks, Indy. Brake line, I don't know the brand of the brake line. Again, my brake line busted, so I got this from Thomas, local dude in Tulsa. I think this came off as our 6 or something, but it was pink. It was kind of funny because it happened to be pink with the HT Moto, and it fit, but he hooked me up so that I could have a handbrake back on here. Handbrake bracket. This is a Cox Stunt Parts handbrake bracket. Now, nothing bad against Cox, but I will say, if you're looking into handbrake brackets, if you have an 06 or up Dyna, holy God. That's okay. No, the other one's still there. No more wheelies on the way home. That's not safe. Good God, man. How tight is my chain? It's not tight at all. Alright, well, that hopefully just fell out. That's scary. Anyway, moving past that missing bolt. If you're looking at Cox handbrake bracket, if you have a Dyna from 06 and up, I wouldn't recommend it. And I know that sounds harsh, but the reason I say it is because Sportsters, they're fine. 05 and lower Dynas, they're fine. But you can see this giant chunk I had to cut out of my bracket because it wouldn't clear this weld. I had to do the same thing down here as well. It wouldn't clear this weld where the swing arm is welded, and it kind of flares out right here. The reason it's fine with Sportsters and Dynas from 05 lower is because they don't have this weld. Their swing arm's all one piece all the way back. That is obviously accompanied by 2 Tokiko brakes, which I don't know what these are off of. I just bought them off of a dude. 2 Tokiko calipers. The exhaust is a Two Brothers racing pipe. Nothing super special. I like the way it sounds. I came from sport bikes, and all my sport bikes had Two Bros on it, and I really like the sound of them and everything. So that's why I went with them. Shocks are Drag Specialties adjustables. I think they go from 11 to 13, and I have them adjusted to 13 right now. But you can lower them all the way down to like stock height. You can raise them up to 13 or maybe 13 and a half. I can't remember. But I like those. They're cheap, especially for what you get from them. They perform really well for how cheap they are. Front suspension is stock. I haven't done anything to it, literally anything. And I'm not joking when I say anything. I haven't done fork seals. I've had this bike for, I want to say 5 years now, doing wheelies and everything. And, never have I changed out the fork seals. They've never leaked. I've never had any problem with the front suspension. I don't know if anything has been done to it. Maybe that's my luck. But as far as my knowledge goes, the front suspension is 100% stock, and I have not touched anything about it. I don't know what this car is doing back here. This guy's kind of lingering. Fucking lingerers, man. The front brake, it's just an Amazon special. It's a cheap little Amazon like universal sport bike brake that I hacked onto here. It works. I guess that's what's important, is it works, but it's ugly as shit. Throttle tube is the Biltwell Whiskey throttle. 7/8. It's an aluminum throttle tube. It clamps straight to 7/8 bars, because I will get to these bars in a second. It clamps directly to 7/8 bars, but it also accepts the Harley click-in style throttle cable, so you don't have to get a custom special throttle cable. Clutch lever is just a RSC clutch lever. It's not even the Harley one, because when I got this, they didn't have the Harley one. I actually just ground down the banjo on it to fit, you know, the normal sport bike style and dirt bike style attachments in here, which brings me to my bars. Pro tapers, obviously 7/8 on the outside, 1.1 in the middle, which is why everything I have up here attaches to 7/8, the throttle tube, the lever, all that. No controls. I have no controls up here because I don't have turn signals. I don't use my highs and lows. I don't have a horn. So all those are gone. My kill switch is right here. It's taken out of the case, and it's just zip tied right there. So that little red wire you see all the time that you're like, hey, what's that? It's my kill switch, zip tied to the riser. And my starter is somewhere on the bike. The risers, these are 4-inch hard case performance risers, obviously 1.1 for the fat bars, but they're 4-inch. I get questioned about that a lot. Let's see, crash bar. So the crash bar and the step plate and the case saver under there, those are all from 35 Cycles. It's Dallas up in Winnipeg, Canada. He fabbed all this up for me and shipped it down to me. Put it through some pretty good paces. It's actually even missing a bolt. It's been missing that bolt pretty much the whole time it's been on my bike. I think the first crash I had with this crash bar, that bolt went flying, and I just haven't replaced it. So even missing a bolt, this thing has absolutely held up. There's no bends in it. There's no cracks in it. It is absolutely protected the bike. Couldn't be more happy with that thing. Step plate, same thing. I mean, it's a sturdy old step plate, like simple as that. I like the shape of it. It's not super huge. It's not one of those giant ducktails that come out.
but it's not super skinny. It's big enough I can get my foot on there. I think I could probably get 2 feet on there, but I haven't tried that yet. Subframe is a Cruzy Originals. Now you guys should remember this because this was recent. I got this thing recently. Cruzy Originals, 12 bar straight plate, whatever you want to call it. Giant chunk of titanium on the back that you can see. I put some work in with it. Super happy with this thing. You can see these holes right here. It's adjustable. You can adjust this in or out. The biggest thing that sucks about it, which isn't even their fault, it's my fault. If you set this up and you cut your own fender, cut your fender back here to have a little bit of a gap over this. I didn't do that, so now the vibrations of the bike and stuff, my fender has rubbed the powder coat off of it. So I'm gonna end up getting this thing repowder coated and cutting my fender back a little bit. Again, that's not even their fault, that's my fault, but that's a little tip for you if you end up getting one of these Cruzy bars. Yeah, don't make the same mistake I did. Chain kit. I've got the Zippers Performance chain kit, the 56 tooth in the rear and a 24 tooth in the front. Pegs, the pegs are just these, honestly bro, these are mongoose pegs. They're literally just mongoose pegs from like a Walmart bicycle with a bolt through them stuck to the thing, and they've held up perfectly fine. I haven't had any issues with them. I've stood on them. I trust them. I just wrapped some grip around them, sent her home. Tires, right now I'm rocking the Dunlop 404 tires. I have a Shinko 777 for the front. I'm going to keep the Dunlop 404 in the rear. The 404 is just a super well-rounded tire, no pun intended. It hooks up just fine for me without having to go stupidly low on the pressure, but it also like allows me to slide a little bit. The front though, the reason I'm going Shinko in the front 777 is because there's no reason for the front to slide. And the Shinko is going to have more grip than the 404. Why not put the Shinko up front? And that should help me a little bit when trying rolling burnouts, not having my front tire wash out on me. The stuff you can't see, super apparent, the wheels, mag wheels, these aren't original with my bike. These are off of an old 99 Sportster or something like that. And I did have to modify them. I did have to drill the holes and cut new spacers for them to fit my bike. But they look beautiful. They look way better than spokes. I had shitty spokes on here before. Also, the oil pan. I do have an oil pan mod in here that I did myself. I did make a video on it too if you're interested in watching that. Other than that, pretty much stock. The transmission is stock. Clutch, all that shit's stock. Like I said, it's an 88 motor, and it's a stock 88 motor. I'm not putting an extreme amount of power down on all the internals. So my clutch, it's stock. I have changed the clutch plates, the friction plates, but the spring is stock, and the plates I replaced were just stock plates. So I keep up on maintenance on them, but it's nothing upgraded. Same with brakes, nothing upgraded other than like the Tokikos being on there, but that's really for the handbrake purposes. I don't think that adds any performance necessarily in terms of braking. Got a custom oil leak, and that's about it. Let's roll around here just a little bit, see if I can't find my bolt for my rear swing arm adjustment. That's a little sketchy, so don't panic, dude. I'm not panicking, and I'm the one writing it, okay? But yes, I get how sketchy it is that bolt's missing. No, you're good. You go. I'm gonna be going slow. I'm gonna be looking for missing bike parts. I'm out here missing bike part hunting now. I bought a few extras because, again, this has happened before.
That's the walk around on the bike. If there's anything that I left out that you guys had questions about, or that you clicked on this video for that you were curious about and I didn't point it out or I didn't talk about it, hit me up in the comment section and ask about that. That's gonna be it for this video. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna find a bolt. I'm gonna cram it into my swing arm. If you want more content, I do stream on Twitch on the regular. So you can go find that down in the description, link to my Twitch channel. Give me a follow, come see what's up. That's a great place to talk to me about bike parts as well. If there's anything you have questions about, or this or that, that's a perfect place for that. But yeah, I appreciate all of you watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.